Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing another mukbang. I said mukbang last time, and then someone in the comments was like, hey, it's actually mukbang. Regardless, I'm doing an eating show today. Now, the food today is, okay, I watch lots of mukbangs, and people always have like insanely beautiful food. Like, yes, it tastes good probably, but like it also looks beautiful. The cake looks beautiful. We'll get to that. But I'm having leftovers. This is what my nonna sent over. If you guys can see, I'm gonna make it focus. Focus. Okay, as you guys can see, we are gonna have cannelloni. And it looks just like a red blob on my plate, but there are two separate cannellonis. What cannelloni is essentially is like a pasta shell, and then you have filling. So I think the traditional cannelloni has beef, but my nonna never really makes the beef one. She makes it with cheese. I'm not sure what cheese she actually uses. It's delicious. And then she puts like her tomato sauce on the outside. There is like onions and peppers and herbs, and it's absolutely delicious. I think she even puts carrots. She like boils down the carrots to make it sweeter. But it's always so good. And I'll get into why I didn't eat this yesterday when I was at her house. We'll get to that. And then for dessert, we're having cake. I'll also get into why there's cake, because there's a reason for that. But yeah, so we're going to be eating delicious cake. So if you would like to have a meal with me, please come around the table, the digital table, and let's have a meal together. I'm drinking water again, as I usually do. I don't usually like drinking like a soda or like a sweet drink at a meal. Like if it's like a snack, I don't mind, but at a meal, I usually don't. Usually I just have water. So, yeah. Okay, let's dig in. Let's try this. I did not try this yesterday, so I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, so she puts, okay, this is like I said, it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it tastes good. If you guys can, like, see that. It kind of just looks like a green blob. There's, so she puts spinach and cheese on the inside. It's a pretty standard filling. Oh my god, it tastes so good. So good. I don't know what she does to make this taste so good. Like if I was to make this, and even if my mom was to make this, it would never turn out the exact same. It just tastes so good. It's like, it's the perfect combination of like salty with sweet, with savory. Oh, so good. And honestly, I don't think spinach can ever taste so good as when you eat it this way. It's so good. I need a minute to just compose my mind. So good. I'm actually like, on the inside, I'm just like dying. This tastes so good. I really hope you guys are like sit around the table, eat with me, have a meal. It was weird at first. When I first started watching mukbangs, I wouldn't eat. I would just kind of watch them. But then I would get hungry, and I was like, maybe I should just eat while I watch these. I find that it really feels like you're eating with someone. You know what I mean? Like, it really feels like you're having a conversation with someone. So, eat some food with me. Grab a snack. Grab some chips. Okay, so... Now, if you go to any Italian person's home, but especially a grandparent, a nonna or a nonna, you go to their house, it's usually pretty disrespectful not to eat their food. But I didn't eat any of my nonna's food yesterday. She was actually so mad about it. She was not happy. What happened was, so yesterday was Sunday. On Saturday night, we went out in downtown Toronto. And, you know, things happened. Got very intoxicated. Woke up hungover. Chris woke up very hungover as well. And of course, we did that thing you do where you eat pizza at like 2 a.m. So I wasn't hungry, like at all. So we go over to my nonna's house for lunch, and she has all this food made. She had like cannelloni. Sorry, I thought I was gonna burp. And I was like, I normally burp, but like I feel like on camera that's like not a thing. She had like cannelloni ready. She had tons of bread, vegetables. She even had some pasta ready, some meat, lots of meat. So my brother ate tons of that, but I didn't. So now I'm going to have it now. And my mom's birthday was actually at the beginning of the month, but she and my dad were on vacation, so they didn't actually have to celebrate it. So my nana invited people over as like a happy birthday, mother. Well, daughter, but for me, mother. So that's why we have cake right here. And I don't know, I feel like this is like a special cake. I feel like this isn't just like a standard vanilla chocolate cake. I feel like this is like from an Italian bakery. Like I want to say if my nonna served it, it probably isn't like from Walmart. You know what I mean? Like it's probably like from an Italian bakery. So it smells very fresh. Like it smells really good. I want to eat this before I eat this, but we're going to go in order. So yeah. It's so funny because I get questions about this, like who in my family knows about Chris and that we're dating and all that stuff. So practically everyone in my family knows about Chris. Just my nonna doesn't, like she knows of Chris, like she knows Chris is a person in my life, but she has no idea that I'm dating him. So this is so funny. The first time that I ever brought Chris to my nana's house, obviously introduces a friend, of course. And when Chris eats, like he does eat, Chris loves his food, so do I. So together we usually just gorge out on food. And that is like a perfect pairing for my nana because my nana loves serving food. She loves people eating her food. So Chris came over for the first time at my nana's house and she was ecstatic. He was eating all of her food. She was serving more. He was asking for seconds and thirds. And she loves that. Like as she was growing up, you know, the value in someone came out of, do they eat your food? Do they respect the food you have made for them? And so he does that with happiness and he welcomes all the food. So she loves him. She absolutely loves him. And we were both supposed to go over her house, but he didn't come because he was super hungover and she was not happy. She was like, where's Chris? Why didn't he come? And I was like, oh, you know, like he's a little bit tired today. And she goes, oh, I made all this food. Oh, and so she wasn't very happy, but we'll have to go over her house sometime this week and make it up to her because he loves her food. She loves him because he loves her food. And, now that Chris and I are living at my parents' house here for a bit, it's just like, she keeps asking questions like, Chris, where do you live? Chris, like all these things about his life. And he has to like, not make it up, but just like hide the fact that we are living together. I mean, I think a lot of people have very positive outcomes. Sorry. My nana likes to use very large herbs and they get stuck in my mouth. I think a lot of people have very positive outcomes when they come out to a grandparent. Not everyone, but there are a large chunk of people who do. We're just sort of like procrastinating on telling my nana just because, you know, she grew up in Italy. Not to say conservative Italy because there wasn't a liberal Italy, you know what I mean? Like it was traditional. Man married woman, they married young. So it's not that I think she's homophobic in any way. I just think that she's never been exposed to, you know, she just hasn't been exposed to, let's say, like interracial couples. She hasn't been exposed to same-sex couples. So, I mean, it's not something that she sees with her eyes in her little community. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's something that I think we're just procrastinating on telling her. Sort of tell her when we absolutely have to. And even when we do, it probably won't be like, this is my sexual and romantic partner. It'll be, I think, in a more of a G-rated way, if that makes sense. So yeah, so we're just not going to tell her just yet. Because if she gets mad and she does not cook me any more food, I am not going to be happy because this is so good. So good. So, tell me about your weekend down in the comments whenever you take a break from eating food or watching the video or whatever you're doing. Tell me about your weekend down below. What's going on? What did you do on the weekend? Did you guys party? Did you stay in, watch Netflix? That's a better night in my opinion. So, growing up, I was a huge fan of the series of Fortunate Event books. I read all of them. I loved them. I was one of those kids who, like, conspired that there was, like, something bigger going on. If you guys read the books, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, the Netflix series just dropped, and I was watching a bit of it with Chris, and I don't love it because I haven't watched the whole thing. I've only watched like half of one episode, but it's just a little bit too childlike for me. I don't know. I really, really, really didn't like the movie. The movie for Series of Fortunate Events came out like, I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. And that was terrible. They like did not stay to the book. They did so many things that were just like not even in the book to begin with. So they sort of ruined it in that sense. And then I think what ended up happening was after, a bunch of failed attempts to make a second movie, the Baudelaire children, the children in the book have a very specific height. And I think what happened was the daughter, who's supposed to be shorter than the son in the book, ended up getting taller or vice versa. So like things got out of sync and it was just an absolute mess. But I want to give the Netflix series a chance. I just haven't came across watching it yet. I don't know. Have you guys watched the Netflix series? Let me know down below. Is it good? Is it worth it? I don't know. Another series I'm watching right now, not watching, I finished watching it, is the OA. And you guys, I have heard the most mixed reviews from the OA. People either love it or they hate it. If you guys haven't watched it, it's a very abstract show about dying and I guess not coming back to life, but sort of just the questions around what happens when you die. But it's very abstract and it's definitely a slower moving show. Even though there's only like 8 episodes or something like that, it's definitely a slower moving show. So there's a lot of people who really don't like it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I can't wait to see if this is season 2, but I know tons of people who did not like it. So if you watch the OA, please let me know down below. Did you love it or did you hate it? Because I find that there's very mixed emotions around it. So let me know. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause on the cannelloni because I ate majority of it. My Nana would be happy. I mean, she wouldn't. She would tell me to scrape every last little bit off my bowl, but I ate most of it. I just really, 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 really want to eat this cake. You guys, it looks so good. Like I said, we were celebrating my mom's birthday, so they had cake. This looks to me like a very traditional Italian cake. It's got the vanilla cream, the chocolate cream, but more than that, it's got almond shavings on the side, which is very Italian to have. And then the strawberry, I don't think that's Italian, but it just looks to me like a very Italian cake. So, let's give this a try. I'm so excited for this. As you guys can see, I have every bit in my fork. I'm so excited. That's so good. Okay, this is definitely an Italian cake. Let me describe to you what I define an Italian cake. So, you guys might look at this and be like, no, Michael, you're crazy. This is just a standard cake. In an Italian cake, the actual pound cake in the center is extremely light. It basically melts in your mouth. And they soak it in something. I don't know. They soak the pound cake in something because it's actually like quite moist. And the cream is not super sweet. So the entire cake itself is actually not very sweet. It's just so good. So good. I don't know. Is the strawberry good? Should I taste the strawberry? Oh, wow. Oh, damn. That's a really good strawberry. I think there's like liquid sugar around the strawberry to like keep it in place. So it's actually like super sweet. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You need to wait a minute. That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I wish all strawberries that I ever eat could taste like that. I'm like sad I didn't eat this yesterday. I mean, I'm happy because I waited and I'm eating it with you guys. But man, I'm sad I didn't eat this yesterday. This is so good. Okay, one more bite and then we'll chit chat. Okay, back at it. Do you guys like this is actually a onesie. Let me show you this whole thing. See, it's like an entire onesie. You like zip it right here. And then the zipper comes down to like this area. I absolutely love this thing. I've owned this since 2 years, I think almost 2 years now, or a year and a half, something like that. I went to Arizona and I was visiting my friend Greg and we went to Target. We were just walking around Target. We wanted to buy something and then we saw this and we both bought the exact same one and we just wore it together. And it's super soft. It's really nice to wear around the house. I love Batman, so I just feel really cute wearing it. I like it a lot. Also, it's like perfect to like have a mukbang with because I don't have to worry about clothes. In a regular video, maybe I care what I look like, but in a mukbang, it's just like, guys, I'm just eating food, so let's wear a onesie. Onesies are probably my favorite thing ever to wear, like ever. I only own one, but I wish I owned more. You know what I mean? I just love wearing onesies. Oh my gosh, you guys, I leave for New York soon. I'm so excited. I was sending some emails today in regards to, I told you guys in the previous mukbang about Mukbang, about the panel that I'm going to be on in New York. And so I was emailing today about the panel, and I'm so excited. I have to do my research because I want to make sure that like I'm on stage and I'm saying like educated things about like LGBT travel and not just stuff from my own experience. Like I actually want to sound somewhat educated. So, And then this week, I really want to film another 101 video. If you guys have seen my 101 videos, they're like the educational style ones where I talk about like an LGBT like issue going on in the world. I did one called Gay Rights in Canada 101, and I loved it. I had so much fun doing it. I premiered that actually at Buffer Festival, and in the video, I briefly mention how in Canada, we still have issues around reparation therapy or gay conversion therapy. There are only 2 provinces in Canada where there are distinct laws that prohibit conversion therapy on minors. And so I really want to do a video on that, like an entire video on gay conversion therapy. I don't know if I want to specify it in Canada or just make a large chunk of it about Canada, but like talk about gay conversion therapy as a whole. I'm not sure yet. When I did the video, it was something that I was just super interested in. And I find that an issue on the way people perceive Canada is a lot of people just write it off as this super accepting country, which, I mean, that's partially correct. If the majority of the country lives in our 4 major cities, which are Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Ottawa, that is a huge chunk of our population lives in those cities. But if you're not in those major cities and you're maybe in a bit of a smaller town, which there are a lot of small towns in Canada, it's not as accepting. So there definitely is an issue around LGBT rights in Canada. It's just not as apparent as it is in maybe the States. So that's why maybe you don't hear about it as much. So that's something I want to do with my 101 series. I want to educate people on things that are actually happening in the world, especially in places that you wouldn't think are not accepting. For the most part, Canada is very accepting, but there are still tons of people in Canada that go through shit just because they're gay or bisexual or anything on the spectrum. Yeah, so that's something I'm hoping to do this week. And I have a really exciting sex ed video that I'm working on. I'm hoping to finish it and have it out for the end of the month. That's my goal. but we'll see how it goes. I have to put a little more effort into this one. There's a bit more graphics going on with it, so I really want it to look really good. I put a lot of my heart into this video, a lot of research, and I'm really excited to show you guys. Very excited. Also, I recently noticed that I don't watch an abundance of my YouTube subscription feed. I just find that like I've been subscribed to some people for so long that, you know, I've grown out of them, or I don't enjoy their content anymore, which is totally fine. Some people, there's plenty of people who aren't watching my content anymore. They're not interested in it, and that's totally fine. But I want to subscribe to some new people, start watching some different kinds of videos. So if you guys have any recommendations, it can be beauty, it can be comedy, it can be lifestyle, it can be cooking, whatever. I like watching tons of stuff on YouTube. Let me know down below. I really want to start watching some different channels. So if there are any that like pop in your mind that you think I wouldn't already have seen or watched, let me know down below, because I really want to start like watching some different videos. Chris is downstairs right now, and I feel like I should save a bit of this for him. Like I've eaten, look how much I've eaten. It's like majority of the cake, but I feel like I should save some of it for him. How long have we been going for? Okay, over 20 minutes. All right, you guys, I'm gonna give the rest of this to Chris, and hopefully you can enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my mukbang. If you guys would like me to do another one in the future, I mean, I'm probably going to do one anyways, but if there's any kind of food you want me to eat, or you want me to do one with Chris, or you want me to do one with any of people that have been in my videos in the past, let me know down below. I will try to make that happen for you. I love you guys. Make sure to comment, rate, subscribe, but most importantly, eat and smile. Bye, guys.